Welcome back to Supreme Image Etiquette. I'm Jamaica Hobbs. I'm your millennial etiquette coach that finally is starting. Supreme Image Etiquette is to eventually be the #1 etiquette institute in Wisconsin. Etiquette is not for a certain set of people. It's for everyone. There's an etiquette for everything that you do. Some of these things are just tried and true. They're just plain old good manners, and they still go a long ways. This is a really progressive time that we're living in, and I know that we are a lot more lax and pretty unorthodox in a lot of measures and a lot of different arenas in our lives, whether that be at the workplace or in our personal relationships. You know, our expectations of one another are definitely not what they used to be when it comes to common courtesy, manners, and displays of respect. But my mission with Supreme Image Etiquette is to bring some of those standards back and to make it a priority for all of us to enter into situations and rooms and display a certain level of respect to all of those in the room, and to give us that tool set and that experience to be able to move in certain rooms and certain environments, right? Like, we may not have been there before, but if you have the basic knowledge of how you should conduct yourself, you know, the ABCs of etiquette, appearance, behavior, and communication, if you have that within you, ingrained in you, you're practiced with it, you're comfortable with it, you're confident in your courtesies and your manners, it will really, really take you a long way. I can tell you so many experiences of mine. I've been in rooms I didn't deserve to be in. I've gotten positions I should not have gotten, all based off my manners, my ability to articulate myself, my confidence level, my self-awareness. You approach any person or any situation with respect and do care. I really believe that there's no limit to how far it can take you and how it can benefit your life. Today, we're going to talk about 10 general etiquette rules. It's not just about dining etiquette. It's not just about workplace etiquette, although that's what we've covered a little bit of that so far. We are approaching etiquette from a very general, high-level standpoint right now, and I hope that this blesses you. Stick with me. So while a lot of our traditional customs have, fallen by the wayside, there are a few etiquette tips that just, they feel good and they're traditional, and my goal is to teach you some of it, implement it as you see fit. It's a means of communicating how civilized you are and how refined you are and how exposed and educated you are. Your manners say a lot about you, and it's a demonstration and an offering of respect to your guest, your company, and whomever you may be engaging. It's going to talk about a few general etiquette rules. Okay, we're going to start with when you have a guest in your home. When you have a guest in your home, the first thing you should do is welcome them in, embrace them, show them where to set their shoes, show them where to put their jacket, and show them where the bathroom is. You can also take it a step further, offer them something to drink. I like to have something out for them to snack on, like some cookies or baked goods. And if they bring you something to drink or eat, have it out for everyone to access if you have other guests there as well. Tip number 2, when you are someone else's guest, when you're a guest in someone else's home, it's very polite to bring them a gift. It doesn't have to be a big gift. It doesn't have to be expensive. A bottle of wine or something small, like a token of consideration, just that you have thought about them, something that has to do with their personality or their passions or something that you just know that they like. It's very, very polite and thoughtful. This is where baking comes in handy. If home baked goods are the ultimate, most intimate gift because it's from the heart, you made it at home, and it took time and consideration, and you really just can't buy that. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be something for their entry table. It could be something small, like something to do with their personal hobbies or their personality. Just bring them something, okay? Show them that you thought about them, okay? That's the point here. It's an extension of courtesy. Number 3, if you need to leave someone's house early, don't announce it to everyone that you're leaving. If you need to leave early, pull the host to the side, have a private conversation, excuse yourself, bid them adieu, and then slide out. If you announce to everyone, or if you go around the party saying goodbye to everyone, that may be an indication that the party's over or that the event is over, and other guests will start to leave as well. Don't do that. If you need to leave, pull the host to the side, bid them adieu, tell them good night, and quietly, don't make a big stink about it. Just go, okay? Just go. 4, this is some restaurant etiquette, okay? This is exciting. If the restaurant is hot, don't fan yourself at the table, okay? Don't do like this. Or with your napkin, like, don't do that. That's not cute, okay? Don't fan yourself at the table. It's rude, it's not cute, and no one wants to see that you're uncomfortable. Okay? It makes us uncomfortable watching you be hot and uncomfortable. You making me hot because you hot. Okay? Don't do that at the table. You know, pick somewhere else to sit. Ask the waiter, bring it up to the waiter. Ask them if they mind like cutting the AC on or something like that. Don't sit there like this. Okay? Don't do that. Also, don't pull the contents of your purse out on the table. Your makeup, your lip gloss, your cell phone, all of that should be carefully tucked away, stowed away beneath the table, on your lap, somewhere else that's out of sight, okay? The table isn't even a place for your purse. It's definitely not a place for your cell phone. Your cell phone should be out of sight when you're engaging a guest in a dining situation, especially at a restaurant. Tip number 5, do not apply your makeup at the table unless it's makeup that you don't need a mirror for and it's friends and family. For instance, the meal has concluded and you want to touch up your lipstick a little bit. If it's friends and family, go ahead, knock it out, be discreet, do what you got to do. But if it's blush, powder, eyeliner, mascara, don't do that stuff at the table. Excuse yourself, take to the bathroom. That leads me to tip number 6. Do not brush your hair at the table, okay? Do your best to keep your hands out of your hair at the table. No one wants your hair in their food. No one wants your debris and things. It's not hygienic. No makeup that requires a mirror, and no hairstyling or primping at the table. This is the bathroom, okay? Tip number 7, when refilling water at the table, offer to refill everyone else's water before you do your own. If it's just you and one other person, offer to fill their water glass prior to filling your glass. It's just good manners, okay? In addition to that, this is kind of like segue off of consideration of others at the table. When selecting food from a serving platter, right? Take the piece of meat that's closest to you. Take the piece of food that's closest to you. Don't sift and sort through the plate to get the prime pick. You wouldn't want anyone to think that you're greedy or selfish. Just take the one that's nearest to you and let that be that. Tip number 8, if you're at an extremely formal event, do not unfold your napkin until the hostess unfolds their napkin. Many of us have never been to a super formal dining event where this rule applies, but I wanted to throw it in here in case you ever are. If you're in a formal dining situation where it's seated dining, maybe everyone else has gotten to the table and you're waiting on your host, wait until they take their napkin and unfold it until you do yours. That's customary. The same as, you don't eat before everyone has received their food. It's the same principle. Wait until your hostess has unfolded their napkin and then take your napkin and fold it gently across your lap. This is another tip I wanted to share. When it comes to folding your napkin, there's 2 different ways to do it. I'm going to show you my preferred method with a piece of paper. When you get your napkin off of the plate, fold it in a rectangle, okay? And fold it on your lap like this. Place it flat on your lap like this, all right? That way, as you're eating and as you need to, clean your fingertips or dab your mouth, you open it up, gently dab the corners of your mouth, your lips, and clean your fingertips on the inside, close it back, and then place it on your lap. That way, no one sees all of your business, okay, on the outside of your napkin. Fold it on your lap, place it on your lap, and then that way you have access to the inside of it. Very simple, very elegant. Pop that thing open, dab, dab, finger, finger, and closed up so nobody sees your business. This leads me into the second part of this tip. When you're leaving the table, actually this might be the next tip. This is the second part of this tip. So when you're leaving your table, place your napkin on your chair to signify that you're coming right back, okay? If you're coming right back, if you're excusing yourself from the table momentarily, but you'll be right back, place your napkin on your seat. If you're done with your food, at the conclusion of your meal, what you need to do is fold your napkin, don't crumple it up, neatly fold it, and place it to the left of your dining plate. Place it to the left of your plate on the table. Nice and neat, not jumbled up, not on top of the plate with the food. Nice and neat to the left of the plate. Next up is tip number 9, and this is my favorite tip. Sitting positions. Okay, so if you are sitting on a low chair, you're sitting very low, do not cross your legs one on top of the other, ladies. If you're sitting in a low chair, you need to keep your knees together and slant your legs to one side or the other. That's called the Duchess slant. If I can find a little clip of it or an image of it, I'll insert it here in the video. That's called a Duchess slant, okay? Keep your knees together, go one side or the other with your ankles together, all right? If you'd like, you can cross your ankles to one side or the other as well, and that's called the Cambridge cross. I love this tip because a lot of times we think the most elegant thing to do is to cross our legs, but that causes some gaping if you're wearing a dress or a skirt, and also that under thigh situation, okay? Sometimes that's a little bit much, all right? Especially if you're sitting somewhere low. I'm very tall, I have long legs. I had to learn this. Brings me to car etiquette, ladies, okay? So when we're entering and exiting a vehicle, it's not proper etiquette to just take that big old gaping step into the car, right? We should be seating ourselves first and then swinging our legs inside of the vehicle. I know that takes a little bit more time, but it looks a lot better, okay? It comes off a lot cleaner, a lot more elegant. And also, you don't have to rush, okay? What are we in a rush for? Why are we always rushing everywhere? You don't have to rush, all right? Sit down, swing your legs inside the vehicle. And same for exiting. When you're exiting the vehicle, turn, take one step out, keep your legs together, and then stand up. At that point, if you have a gentleman there, he can offer you help to get out of the vehicle as well. You have high heels on, a tight dress, a long dress, any of that stuff. Don't be, I guess what I want to do, I want to give you this information so when you're in those situations, like you have a long gown on, or you just look really nice. You don't want to be that girl that's like you're all over the place and you're uncoordinated and you don't know what to do because you've never been in this situation before and no one's ever shown you how to exit a vehicle while you have heels on and a gown, okay? Don't rush. Step out of the car, swing your legs out, and then stand up. Take your time, okay? Take your time. I actually don't know what number we're on anymore. You guys can help me out in the comments. How many we got here? 9 or 10? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure at this point how many tips we were at. I thought it was 10, but I kind of combined some, but I might have 11. So the last tip that I have for you is when you're in the car with someone, say someone has picked you up. In this day and time, it's not necessarily required for a gentleman to come to your house and pick you up. It's 2024. You can drive yourself to the restaurant. Everybody can meet at the location, okay? But in the instance you are in someone else's vehicle, this is not even relationship-wise. This is any relationship, family, friends, whatever. When you're in someone else's vehicle, do not touch the stereo. It's not proper etiquette to touch the stereo. I know this sounds like I'm making it up, like from Rush Hour, Chris Tucker was on to something, okay? Don't touch someone else's stereo. It's not polite. Don't change the station. Don't put your music on. Don't do that unless given permission. Unless they say, like your Uber driver, like, hey, what do you want to listen to? Unless they offer that out to you, don't assume you can change the station, all right? Touch the stereo. Don't touch the AC. Those rules go hand in hand. Don't touch the stereo, don't touch the heating and the air conditioning. Those things apply to more than just you in the car. Only thing you have authority over in the car is your seat. You can adjust your seat accordingly to make yourself most comfortable, but don't touch the stereo and don't touch the AC or the heat, okay? I don't make it up, okay? I don't make this stuff up. These are etiquette rules. These are the best practices to extend courtesy and respect to all of those around you and be most considerate. All right, so take these tips with you. Which one was your favorite tip? let me know what was new to you, what surprised you, and what you may put into practice moving forward. Let me know in the comments below. I wanted to share as well, we have some big things coming up. I have a dining etiquette seminar at Marquette University this month. I am working with another foundation in Milwaukee to host a string of etiquette series at a very well-known establishment in the city, and that those workshops will be free. I'm really excited. I'm thinking of doing a daddy-daughter elegance series for, you know, fathers with their daughters, and, you know, to open up some lines of communication when it comes to like being ladylike and things like that. And I'm really, really excited. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you return, share this with someone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.